in the most remote reaches of Borneo's rainforests. A homecoming like no other. Orangutans hauled through the jungle mud, and it's not entirely going to plan. This is a moment 20 years in the making. Orangs raised from the cutest of babies to be released as adults into the wild. An ambitious program to save one of the world's most endangered species.
Most of the experts predict that the orangutan would be extinct in the wild within 20 years.
If this works, it could change the fate of these threatened apes. But all that depends on what happens next. The orangutan's epic journey back to the jungle begins 1,200 kilometres away in eastern Borneo.
Hello. Good morning.
Samboja Lestari is an orangutan sanctuary, a refuge for one of our closest primate cousins. And for orang specialist Louise Grossfeld, these magnificent animals, like 20-year-old Leo, are all but human.
They never cease to amaze me. You look into the eyes of an orangutan and I feel like you're seeing a glimpse into a soul. That love, that compassion, you know, that determination, all of those behaviours that we see from each other, I see in them.
They've stolen your heart, haven't they?
They have stolen my heart, and I think, yeah, that anyone who has that chance, they'll steal theirs as well. Do you want any more watermelon or just... Yeah.
Leo was one of the first to be taken in here 2 decades ago, when he looked like these little guys.
They're so human-like.
Oh, it's incredible, aren't they?
And we've got them a baby.
Yeah.
You try my shirt. Does it taste good?
What makes this place unique is that it specialises in orphan orangutans, some 850 of them.
You're my friend. No biting. No biting.
They all began life out in Borneo's rainforest. But the devastating forces of logging, poachers and mining have seen Borneo's orang population plummet from more than 150,000 to less than 40,000.
The damage it's massive. You know, you only need to look across Southeast Asia, in particular Borneo, and see the devastation. But there's still a chance to stop what we're doing now. There's still enough of that rainforest left, but not a lot.
Another new arrival has just come in. Dehydrated, malnourished, barely alive.
Do you think her mother was killed?
Yeah, we can say it's 100%.
It's a sad story, and I wish it wasn't, and each and every one of them have their own story to tell. And certainly each of them have faced, unfortunately, a loss of their mother. They're orphans, and they end up here as, I guess, the last chance for them to be able to survive.
In the wild, orangs are totally dependent on their mothers for the first 7 years. So each orphan here gets a mum. Local women who provide one-on-one nurturing right up to adolescence. And if all goes well, around an orang's 5th birthday, it's off to school. Forest school.
This is all about exploring and, you know, learning how to climb trees and try new foods and play in the water and play in the mud.
This is kindy, isn't it?
Well, I would say this is kindy.
It may look like one big playgroup, But this is vital preparation for life back out in the jungle.
Look at that. Yep, one's still hanging on.
Yeah,
oh my God, he's done it. He's probably thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get down? You can see it's about, you know, learning all those wonderful characteristics of what it's like to be an orangutan. They become aware of their own strength, their inquisitive nature, you know, curiosity, learning what to eat, how to make a nest, how to forage, how to travel. All those qualities that they need to ultimately survive in the wild out on their own.
But the ultimate graduation at this orang school is returning these guys to the rainforest. And today, Operation Airlift Orangutan begins. We're bound for central Borneo. Up here, you appreciate the devastating impact of open-cut mining and vast palm oil plantations. But eventually, it gives way to rugged, beautiful rainforest. The perfect place for orangutans to call home.
If they've got their habitat and we leave them alone, they just do fine. The more remote the release site, the better off. We love it, because that means there's less chance of encroachment and it's easier to protect that land.
With us is Tony Gilding, who runs the Australian foundation that supports orangutan rehabilitation in Borneo.
I don't want to ever have to say to my grandkids, I'm sorry guys, but I was around for the orangutans and I saw them and we had an opportunity to save them, but we just couldn't get our act together.
So this is an issue that's very close to your heart.
They're not going to go extinct in my lifetime, I'll make sure of that.
And making sure this convoy keeps rolling is no mean feat. Vehicles get us only so far. Then it's by foot. Or whatever means available. We hold our breath as the orangs get slung across each river. And we can only imagine what they're thinking. This is 100,000 hectares of privately owned, pristine rainforest, bought solely for orang conservation. And we need to get right into the middle of it.
I feel sorry for these blokes. I mean, this is hard work, but that's insane.
No, that's commitment.
Our big male Leo is at the front of the pack. Behind him, two female orangs, Jamantin and Titan, are making slow progress. And they're not happy about it.
Is that you? Did she just spit at you?
Just spat at me.
Yeah.
Too close?
Their manners aren't great, but these are special girls. They grew up with Leo at the orphanage, and it's hoped they'll breed with him here in the wild.
The whole process in itself is just massive. Right down from picking not only the right location, but choosing the correct combination of individuals. I mean, are these three the right animals to be going? You know, what personality traits have they shown that indicates that these are the right ones to go? I mean, we want to make this a successful outcome for those individuals.
Finally, we arrive at the release point. It's the moment everyone's been working towards, and Leo will go first. No one knows if he's really ready for life in the rainforest.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. Isn't that amazing? It's just like Ducks to water.
Oh my God.
Ducks to water.
Oh my God. That was so quick. He just shot straight up the tree, didn't he?
And he knew it was home.
Oh my God, can you make it look at him? I'm going to cry.
Then it's the girls' turn.
So successful mission.
I know. So well done, Karen.
Fantastic. Oh, isn't it exciting when you actually see them up there in the trees in this beautiful rainforest? It just makes it all worthwhile.
Hope for the future.
You're going to go cry again, honestly, are you?
Probably.
Well done.
I know.
Leo's got his ladies back.
For the next 6 months, the orangs will be watched night and day by rangers who will assess how they're settling in. The hope, not only that they survive out here, but thrive and breed, forever free in the wild,
Well done, Tony.
where they belong.
It's that enormous feeling of success and freedom, and you know that they're back where they should be, and it's just, yeah, you've been able to help make a difference. That's the ultimate satisfaction.
That's why you do this.
That's why I do this.
Hello, I'm Allison Langdon. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.